Okay, today's topic is linear functions. Linear functions are functions whose graph looks like lines. And because we already know the equation for a line, which is y equals to mx plus b, that means the function that we're going to discuss will be f of x equal to mx plus b. So if you have any value for m and b, that's a linear function. Okay? So let's just write some random numbers here. Say minus 5x plus 3. That will be a linear function. Okay? Now, because we're so much used to this mx plus b, we already know how to draw the graph of this. We know that this thing here is called the slope. And this value here is called a y-intercept, right? So if you wanted to draw this graph, you would do the following. Y-intercept is 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, you're right here. And slope negative 5 means, well, this is change of y over change of x, right? So that means every one change of x will bring about negative 5 change in y. So, I mean, think of this negative 5 as negative 5 divided by 1, right? So if you view it this way, then you can think of it like when delta x is equal to 1, delta y will be negative 5. In other words, when there's a change of 1 in the x, there will be a change of negative 5 in y. In other words, if you move one step to the right, that's one value of change in the x direction. Then in the y direction, you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps down. So that's your second point. Now, the good thing about linear functions is because we know that the graph is a line, and if you have 2 points, there's only one single line, right? So you just need to know those 2 points, connect them, and this is the graph of this function. So we feel like we know pretty much everything there is to know, right? We know that when you're given a function like this, the first number is the slope, second number is the y-intercept, and we even know how to draw it. Now, you might think that linear functions are pretty basic, but when it comes to real-world applications, linear functions are actually the most widely used functions because, for example, if you had a business data of year-end sales, so let's say monthly sales, right? And you have like 2019 January sale, and then up till some months, right? And then you might have some random values going like that, right? And you want to project what should be the next month's sale, right? Well, a very important idea is something called linear regression, which means it looks at the line that's closest to these points. And if you draw that line, you can kind of expect the next month's sales to be somewhere here, and then plan your business around it. Now, of course, it's not going to be exactly that, but often that gives you some idea of what to do so that if it's not too large or not too small, your business can still function well, right? So that's actually a very important kind of functions that we're dealing with today.